Hi, this is Jeff Miller. I wanted to show off my video wall. So I put this together last week. I tested a whole variety of equipment, and I'll talk about some of that. And I settled on this configuration. I also tested a 2x2 mode. This is a 4x1 mode where you have 4 TVs collecting one video signal and displaying it. I put it up both ways, and after seeing some of the issues with the 2x2 mode, I switched to this, and I'm not switching back. This is the way I like it. It seems to me like it's the best quality picture, the more stability, and we're going to talk a little bit about stability as a main factor here. So what I did was I started by building a structure behind the TV. And if you look down in the lower left-hand corner, right next to this black box, you'll see a 2x4. That's because my wall juts out here. So I had to take and build a structure behind there of 2x4s to hold the TVs up. This wall over here, I put a 2x4 right directly on top of it, and that 2x4 back there and a couple of them going across support the TVs very well. Be careful when you do that you make sure you hit your studs in the wall, that you're not using just drywall, or the TVs will fall right off. The structure on the bottom is just a cover. The 4 boards there are covering up all the wires and things. And I haven't tucked all the wires in because I wanted to show some of them, but eventually I'm going to tuck as many of these wires in as possible. What I have here is a feed from a Amazon Cube box, Fire Cube they call it. It's right there. And so I can do all of this via one remote control. The Fire Stick, the Fire Controller looks like that. And that controls the TV. I can turn it on or off with one button. That'll turn off the sound bar as well. When you turn it on, it should come right back up to the Fire TV. Takes a little while for it to warm up and start up. But you can see it actually went right back into my movie here. The key components of this are 4 TVs. I'm using the Samsung 8000 series, mostly because they're a good quality mix with good price. Obviously, if I wanted to go with the OLED or QLED type TVs, I'd probably have a better picture, but I have a darkened room here. It's in the basement of my house, and the room can be totally darkened. I went so far as to putting in a remote control light switch so I can turn the lights off just sitting here at my TV. And the main components of the switch, I have chosen to use a product by Gofenco. We call it the Gofenco Prophecy. You can see the picture right there, and I'll show the front panel as well. There's not a whole lot to it. It's pretty easy to use. It comes with a remote control, which I have very little use for once I have the setup done. But I guess you could use that for other purposes if you so desire. I chose this Gofenco Prophecy model after looking at 4 other different brands. Thank goodness Amazon has a return policy, because I would buy one, put it in, see a problem, send it back, buy one, put it in, see a problem, send it back, until finally I got one of these. The Gofenco has some problems as well, but they're not as major. The biggest problem with the Gofenco that I don't like is that the picture you're seeing is not a 4K picture. I happen to be watching a show that is available in 4K, but I'm not watching it in 4K because this particular model will not support it in a 4 vertical TV mode. It will only support it in a 2x2 mode. I set it up that way originally, but the controllers, every single one of them that I tried, had trouble with tearing. Tearing is right at the seam here. When you have two TVs together, sometimes those TVs do not sync up properly, and that syncing would cause what's tearing, so that you see some of the car going off to the right and some of the car going off to the left. I mean, it doesn't look good. It has a delay factor, and so that tearing was a primary consideration of which one of these controllers I used. This was the one that worked the best. I am on my second one of these because the first one I used failed. I'm not going to hold that against them. I think that just happens in electronics manufacturing. It did work for about a week and then it died, and then I had to order another one and return that one at no cost to me. So they've been great. I've talked to them in support via email, I should say, and that has been working out as well. And I really am quite pleased with the unit. Again, that's the Prophecy. They have a variety of models. The one I purchased allows me to do the 4-screen vertical like this. And most of the others, I believe, do as well. Some of them are more expensive, some of them are less expensive, but this is the one I decided to use after looking at a couple of different options there. The video wall is great. I just love it. I can sit here and watch a movie or a baseball show or whatever. I mean, I just love watching baseball, and this way to see this picture. I will do a quick switch to baseball. And I can go to one of yesterday's games. And if football season ever starts in this COVID year, I might actually enjoy a football game on here too. Although I do have some recorded that I have tried, and I love that as well. But you can see how great that is. I can see the field, I can see everything. The picture quality is fantastic, not an issue. So I'm going to post this on YouTube, and then I'll put in the comments what I have in terms of model numbers and things like that. And any feedback you have, you can add to those YouTube comments. Have fun with your video wall controller.